Show more 11:17 a.m. There's a moment in To Have and Have Not where a 19-year-old girl, trembling so hard she couldn't hold a cigarette, lowered her chin to her chest just to stop her head from shaking, and accidentally invented one of the most iconic looks in cinema history. That girl was Lauren Bacall, and nothing about her legend was accidental after that. Born Betty Joan Persky in the Bronx in 1924, she grew up in a home that cracked apart before she was old enough to understand why. Her father left when she was barely 5. He beat her with a leather strap before he disappeared. What stayed with Lauren wasn't the pain, it was the sound of footsteps in the hallway. That fear of what was coming. She never forgot it. And she spent her entire life making sure no one could ever see her flinch again. Her mother, Natalie, raised her alone, pushing her daughter hard towards something bigger. Lauren studied acting, modeled dresses, worked as a Broadway usher just to survive New York. Then at 18, one photograph on the cover of Harper's Bazaar changed everything. Director Howard Hawks saw her face and flew her to Hollywood. He changed her name. He reshaped her voice, training it lower, slower, more dangerous, until it no longer belonged to the girl from the Bronx, but to someone entirely new. On set with Humphrey Bogart in 1944, she was terrified. But fear, when you hide it long enough, can look like power. That lowered gaze. That controlled stillness. What audiences called seduction was actually a 19-year-old trying not to fall apart. And Bogart, 25 years older, battle-worn, deeply complicated, saw through all of it. He didn't see the Hollywood image. He saw the real person. For Lauren, that was everything. They married in 1945. She called it the first time in her life she felt truly safe. Then in January 1957, Bogart died at 57 from cancer. Her son walked into the room and simply said, "Daddy died." No drama, just silence where a voice used to be. And the world, instead of letting Lauren grieve, immediately began calling her Bogart's widow, as if her identity had died with him too. She refused to disappear. Broadway gave her back something Hollywood had stolen: the right to grow up, to age, to exist without being compared to who she used to be. She won 2 Tony Awards, wrote a memoir that won the National Book Award, and at 84, accepting an honorary Oscar, she looked out at the room full of legends and said, "A man at last." The whole room laughed, because she had outlasted almost all of them. Lauren Bacall's life teaches something most people learn too late. The version of you that survives the hardest years isn't who the world built. It's who you chose to remain when everything they gave you was taken away.